Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the E12 podcast. My name is Kirkland, and today our special guest is Jarelle Wilson. So, I want to tell the story about how I found you. So, I'm looking for, I was looking like in my spirit, not in actual like going on Instagram or anything, but in my spirit, um, I definitely want to be a lot more limber in my body. And so I've been saying that I want to learn how to do yoga um, because for some reason I refuse to exercise. But yoga seems like an exercise I wouldn't mind doing every day. Um, I mean, I do want to get up to the point where I do the more traditional, running, lifting weights, all that. I do want to get there, but when there's something like deep rooted in my spirit that I don't want to do, in order to get myself to do it, I have to start very small. And so yoga doesn't seem small because it seems very technically challenging, especially like the way that your body moves. But I always felt like it was something I could do because low key, I'm a low key perfectionist. And so I felt just a little bit. I feel like yoga is something I can master where I feel like I got this shit, right? And so
Oh
I
yeah.
found you on Instagram and I was like, I must interview you. I must interview you. Um, and so, 2 weeks later, here we go. So
We're
tell the
here.
people about yourself, Jarrell. Let the people know.
Okay, so my name is Jarelle. I live in California. I started doing yoga maybe about 8.5 years ago now. I
Oh,
started I started teaching, yeah. I started teaching 6 years ago. I honestly didn't take posting or, being on my Instagram or anything like that seriously up until mm, maybe early 2019.
oh
Just
wow. Why is that?
because I just didn't want to conform to posting on Instagram and like didn't want to do it. I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Of
And
course.
I felt like it took away my authentic self every time I posted. I was like, people ain't gonna really see who I am or care.
Mm-hmm.
And especially because there were no black yogis on Instagram really, except for like two very thin black yogis that everyone follows, and then one buff ass black yogi that everyone follows. And I was like, I'm neither of three of those type of like niggas. Like I'm a whole different person.
Right.
And so I was like, no one really cares. Um, so started early 2019 to post consistently, and then I started with I met Renee Watkins and Black Men Ben, and I started doing a lot of challenges with Black Men Ben and um, really pushing for a narrative to see more black men who I know are at this point. I'm starting to realize like there are a lot of black men who are doing yoga. We're just not being seen. Our pages aren't being pushed. We're not being talked about. Our there's body sizes of us doing it, and it's just not being in the narrative whatsoever. It's the narrative of a skinny white woman doing yoga every single time, or a small man doing yoga when really it's all of us are contributing to that. And so
Mm-hmm.
I started to take it seriously. Like I want us to feel seen. I want us to feel heard. And the only way I can do that is if I continue to post and just be myself on my page and just like show who I am. And so now I'm like, you gotta continue to be who you are, be that well, and post it as much as possible. So it's kind of a little
Yeah.
bit who I am right now.
Yeah, I mean that's but what you're saying is correct. Like, so you said that you felt like um you didn't want to be part of like the I guess the machine of Instagram. Is that kind of what I was getting? Like you didn't want to push. Okay, so now that you're doing it, do you feel how does it feel to you? Does it still feel inauthentic or does it feel like yourself now?
I feel like I've done a good job curating and allowing myself to be myself on my Instagram page. Um, it's been very it's been nice to slowly start to see myself evolve on my page, so I can go back and see like, all right, like this is you being you, this is you like smiling, laughing, showing the mistakes, showing your happy, your highs and your lows, and just being authentic. So yeah, I think it definitely has. I still feel like I hate Instagram.
Really?
um,
Oh
just
God.
because I do, but that's you know that's just a whole nother feeling. But um,
Well, I want to
I
dive
like what I
into
do.
it.
Oh yeah.
Because I'll say this about my own self and my own brand. I myself struggled with Instagram in the very beginning because to me, similar to you, every time I posted, I felt like I was just posting to post, and there was no purpose to the post. And
Yes.
when you see everyone else on Instagram, you notice that sometimes there's a lot of people on Instagram that are very like not themselves. And so I felt very swept up in the like I started this brand to be real, to be open, to be authentic, to be like to pour every version of myself into this brand. And I felt like I wasn't seeing that across the board. And so that
Mm,
made me feel like, all right, I don't want to post on Instagram. I don't want to do that shit. But I will say, for me, it definitely was a turning point when I realized how impactful my post was to someone else, but how vain it felt to me. But if it started to, I started to understand that it was only being seen as vain to me because I wasn't understanding the impactfulness of what I was posting.
hmm.
And now when I post, the purpose of the post is so that that person who doesn't ever see themselves on Instagram gets to see themselves on Instagram. And then the
Yeah.
goal of that is so that every time I post on Instagram, that person who never sees themselves on Instagram could potentially see themselves in a magazine, and they could potentially see themselves on a billboard, and they could potentially see themselves in advertisement, which will potentially change the way they look at themselves when they look in the mirror. So now when I post, I don't feel it doesn't feel like I'm just a facade. It feels like every post I make is impactful. And someone's going to see this and be like, damn, I never seen myself like that. And even up until today, like the post I did this morning, like I had never seen just so we clear, like there's only one website that has that I've ever seen underwear for big and tall guys with a big and tall guy in the ad up until today, which is this company
Mm,
called Bearskin, because they do a very good job at actually having big and tall models in their brand. Um, they're a small business, but it was still impactful for me to see people that look like me in the ads. But then today, like to see a brand like Savage Fenty, like put an actual big guy in the ad was like, oh, you're not playing. Not only do you put one in the advertisement, you have one in the show.
you have one in the show. Yeah, I think I'm on the same wavelength. So it's like um, there's like some popular yoga companies like Aloe Yoga, Lululemon, even like Nike and all of these other companies. Well, not, like yeah, they're now starting to realize just how impactful and important it is to have various body sizes
Yep.
inside of their advertisements inside of their companies. And so I think that's what I've been looking for. And so in the past is what I was looking for. I didn't see it, and so I felt less encouraged to post. But then I was
Yes.
like, okay, if you want to see it, you gotta. I have to embody it, and so I have to post it no matter what. I have to post, and so it starts to be. I don't care about if the pose looks perfect or if it looks a specific way. It's me and my body, and I'm doing the thing that I like to do consistently, and that's showing up. So I was like, okay, I could show up. I could show up and just be myself and be authentic. And me showing up and being authentic and being okay with what is the outcome has led to way more possibilities for me. And so I think that's been a turning point recently. It's been like, okay, like keep showing up, keep doing your thing, keep being you, and it's going to work its way out, and it's going to show you that people see your authentic self, people see you being you, and just like you said, like that big guy at home is going to see himself one day in a magazine. He's going to be so happy, like man.
Because I saw you, I feel like I can do it. So there you go. Your posting already inspired one person.
Oh,
If you
thank
never
you,
heard.
thank you. It's
Um,
it's fun to do yoga and get into these weird ass shapes, especially because
yes, your
I
body
mean,
do crazy shit. I be looking like, did you put this on
it's,
Photoshop and turn this way? I don't understand how you do that.
and it's I mean it's funny because back in the day I would go to studios and they would look at me like, are you sure you want to take this hard class? This looks like a hard class for you, ma'am,
This look like this
ma'am,
for you.
or yes, ma'am or sir. I don't like. Like I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna show you. So I don't need like I got my practice. So but now it's like I walk in with
At
such a
the end of the class, your students will be like, we want him next time.
yeah, and so I've put forth my effort to just to show up confidently,
Hmm.
um, which was hard in and of itself. So
Okay. So I have a thing that I wanted to do, this little series called like, tell me about this Instagram photo and then tell me about, um, what was the inspiration behind it. So it's this
okay.
post that you did it 2 days ago.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So
Can we talk about the
I have
coordination? I think you'll pass a field sobriety test very well.
I
Because
was telling
that's a lot of coordination to put your left
oh my
hand out with your right hand on the ground with your left foot in like the fuck.
it
Continue.
it so it's hella funny. um
I knew there's always a story.
it's so funny. So I have been avoiding I think it's 3 photos in that little
Yes.
series.
Photos.
I avoided all
Oh, I
three.
didn't even see the last one. Oh my god. Okay.
I
Continue.
I
Continue.
avoided I avoided all three because I really don't like I like those poses. I don't know what they bring up, but they bring up something, and it's for the Black Men Bend challenge. So it's a part of our challenge. The other hosts pick the poses, and so as soon as they told me those poses, I was like, y'all, why y'all do this to me? Like this, and I spent all last week avoiding putting up the pose, avoiding doing it, and so I think it was Tuesday. I was at home, and I was like, all right, don't matter about how it's gonna come out. I literally have to tell myself, I was like, don't worry about how it's gonna come out. Sit here, smoke this joint, you'll be okay. Get out there and do your thing. And so I just played around for a while until it came out with the shape that I was pleased with, and it just playing around led to me having like more whimsical just feeling. Um,
You did this shit.
Most of the time I do yoga high, yeah, yeah. Most of the
So
time.
how the fuck you expect me to compete with that? I just want to know.
And once you get a little stoned, you can just be in your body, though.
Oh,
Yeah, there's no judgment. Like it kind of stops the judgment, and you're like, all right, cool, just feel it out. And I think that that's what's been good. Is like I've just been okay with just feeling all the little shit out, and that's what I want to do. And that's what those
Oh.
pictures were. They were me feeling it out.
Oh, got it. Okay. Now that makes a whole lot of sense now. Okay, cool. So the last pose, because I feel like I could do the second one, but the last one for the audience at home. This is the last one. How does one do those things? Ha- ha-
So
Asking for a friend.
asking for with that pose, you start laying down, and then you
Wait,
walk
like,
on your back,
okay. Uh-huh.
laying down on your back, and then you kick your feet up and kick your hips up, kick your ass up. Everything goes up towards the sky, and you can catch yourself with your hands behind your lower back. Probably
Okay.
the best way. So then you're really only on your shoulders, your back of your neck, and your head are up in the sky, and your elbows are on the ground, supporting you.
See, but like the way your elbow form is, it's almost perfect. Like,
Oh, I had to do some. There was some wiggling that happened. There was some things that transpired. Like I did a whole bunch of little. All right, move shoulders back. Oh, like let's make sure you walk your hands up a little bit more on your back because that does not
okay,
feel
because I'm like,
like.
I've done that before, like falling out of a chair, but it ain't look like that. You know, when you fall backwards out of the chair,
You was
like
just
I've
like, oh
definitely,
shit.
yeah, that doesn't look like that. That looks like the way your elbows are positioned. It's like they're perfectly holding your body. It's almost like they're holding the weight of your body.
They are, and so they are, and so um, for at least for that specific pose, they are. They're supporting me. So what I'm doing when I drop my feet behind my head is I push my hands more into my back so that I can lengthen my spine so I feel longer and taller. I feel
Okay.
more supported, and then you feel stronger. Um,
Okay.
so my hands and my elbows are doing most of the work.
Okay.
Most of the work.
Okay. Okay. That sounds all right. I'm gonna try that. All right. So as a yogi, where did you start? Like what were some of like your beginning, like what are no, let's not start with yours because you seem like an overachiever. So like what were some of the beginning poses that like one would begin to do, not like what you started with?
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's really funny. So I'll even tell you my first yoga experience.
Yes, do that.
Um, so my first yoga experience, um, I went. It was 8 years ago, and I went with my best friend, and it's this little Asian man. He weighs about 140,
Mm-hmm.
and little dipshit had been doing yoga for like 6 months to a 9 month, and was like, "Let's go to yoga class. You'll like it." He's like, "I know you're trying to like get a little bit more in shape and get more used to doing some working out and exercising." He's like, "This will be fun." I'm like, "For sure. Like I can go do some stretches."
Oh, that's
Go to
what
the
you thought
damn
yoga
class.
was,
That's
stretching?
a that's yeah. So I was like, oh, yoga's just a few simple stretches, some like whatever. I get into that class. This nigga had lied to me. It was heated. It was it was heated, and the teacher is this really awesome lady. And she's
You was
like,
doing
this
hot
is
yoga.
yeah. She's like, this is a level 2 heated vinyasa class. Make sure you guys all have water because you will sweat and this will be hard. And I was like, you fucking kidding me? I was like, this nigga set me
Wait,
up.
what's a vinyasa? You talking yoga language now. What's a vinyasa? Let's break
So
that shit down.
a vinyasa is the style of yoga where it includes a push up, a little cobra pose, so like dropping your hips down, pulling your chest forward and up,
Uh-huh, like that.
and then yeah, looking up, and then downward facing dog.
Okay.
So it's like when you do a vinyasa, you do that specific sequence. So
Okay.
teacher
I
will
got
say,
it. So
do a
you go
vinyasa.
up and then you come all the way back.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. Well, see, I know what
It's,
downward dog is because I've been studying, but I'll put up some pictures so people can see because this
it's
like,
so I was dying midway through class,
of course.
and then I left class, and she was like,
Wait,
"How
you
do you
finished
like
it?
it?" I finished class. I did the whole class. I mean, I struggled throughout, but I did the whole class. I was
I told you
about
he was
at
an
that time.
overachiever.
I am an overachiever. I was
Mm.
about that time about 300 pounds maybe when I got to my first class. I did the whole class. I left the class and I signed up for a full membership that day. And I asked her, I was like, what poses should I be doing at home so I can get better? One of the poses is chair pose.
Oh,
So,
I know that one. You sit on the wall
chair
like a
pose.
chair.
Yeah. So it's just like sitting on the wall, but without the wall
Yeah,
sometimes, right?
without the chair
So
underneath you.
what exactly? Down dog. I say down dog because most people don't like down dog. But
Hmm?
down dog is really, most people think that down dog is very hard, and it is quite hard. But it opens up your shoulders and your hamstrings. And so the more you open up your hamstrings and your shoulders, shit, you can do anything once those two things are open. You know, like the sky's the limit once those two are really like locked in.
Okay.
Forward fold all over the place. Just forward fold everywhere you possibly can, like everywhere. Seated, laying down, standing up, forward fold with your back against the wall. Like I think that once again, it's about lengthening your hamstrings and lengthening your spine. And then
We're looking up this pose because I don't know what that is.
forward
Forward
fold,
what?
forward fold. So just standing up and trying to touch your toes, I guess would be the like the
Oh, I can't do that.
visual.
Can't do that.
Just standing up, touch your toes
Can't do
with your
that.
knees bent though. With your knees bent. With your knees bent. If your knees are bent, you're still lengthening your hamstrings. It's weird, but it does do its job.
That.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't do that.
We can do it with the bent knee.
Oh, I got it. Well, his knee is slightly bent.
Yeah, well, you can do it with a hella bent ass knee.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
So hella bent ass knee, forward fold. That's usually what I tell my students to in class. I'm like, bend your knees, damn it. And if you need to bend them even more.
Bend your knees, damn it.
Yeah, bend them. Like, what do you like? Don't sit there and strain your spine. Bend your knees. Feel comfortable. What
That's
else?
not what
So
be
there
hurting though.
is.
It'd be the that thing in the back of your knee.
Oh, yeah. It's your IT band.
I
What
don't know
that
what that's
called?
called, but that it hurt.
Yeah, it gets all tight and shit.
Yes.
But once you feel long, it won't feel tight.
The more you know. So You've been doing it for 8 years. Eight
Yes.
years. What are some of the things like, say, say you were to start all over again, but with everything you know, what would you do differently, or what would you not do
Um,
differently?
I would. One thing I would do differently is I wanted to handstand earlier. I wanted to handstand. I wanted to learn how to handstand to
Oh,
show
I
that,
definitely want to know how to do that
and so like I wanted to
'cause I
show
can
that our
only do
bodies
that in the
could do
pool.
it in the pool, right?
I
And
can
that's
do
like
it
where
in the
we saw
pool.
it, like in the pool. In the pool, I could hit it in the pool too. But I wanted to do it in the middle of a room, and so I would have gotten a teacher
Ah,
early, earlier on, and yeah, I would have gotten a teacher. Like I have a teacher who teaches me handstands. We meet once a month, and he goes over everything for me, for my body size, for everything. I would have gotten a teacher earlier on. I would have checked in that way. Um, Also, I would have committed to tracking my progress a little bit more.
okay.
Like like people do all those progress photos and shit, and you're like, oh man, like 2014, I was doing this pose. 2020, this is what that pose looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I would have done that shit because
Okay.
I look now and I'm like, man,
You know you come a
you have
far way, but it'd be different to see the far way.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
So hiring a teacher, tracking your poses. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. I guess I'll pop out the phone and do some recording, not on social media. I don't know, because I'm also a low key perfectionist, so I'm probably ain't gonna post it until I'm like,
Oh,
but that's probably not the best thing to do, though.
so what I've done lately is I record the whole flow, like video camera wise. I record it all, and then if I have like some funky parts inside of it, I'll put them in my story. Like I want people to see like, all right, this was what I wanted the post to look like intended, and then in my story you'll see like me falling over or me like literally like struggling. The other day I was teaching a class and I tried to do a pose. I fell out of the pose, and I mean I fell out so damn hard. And this is a pose I do all the time. Fell out of the pose, hit my foot on something, almost fell on the ground. Had to catch myself. I was like, oh my.
How did you feel?
I was cracking up, and my students were cracking up. I'm like, y'all, we're human. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm not some ballerina. I'm a big ass nigga who's doing yoga, and we're gonna fall.
Right?
It's gonna be real.
That's what that's what I be feeling like. That's where I be struggling at. I be like my fat ass for the fall, and then it's like,
All right.
oh, I'm gonna
No,
get.
no. So that's how I be feeling. I get it.
Okay, nice to know these lessons. Okay, so what I want to know. Okay, so you said you would have got a teacher and you would have um tracked your progress. So now 8 years in, what do you see? Like, what's your evolution? Like, what are some of your ultimate goals in yogi? Like, where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself going? Have you not even seen yourself going anywhere? Like, explain some of that.
Um, I would like to do some type of some more like yoga modeling because there's not a lot of our body size being shown in like those different companies, and so I would like to show our body size in those yoga poses for different larger companies. That's something I do want to do, so that's why I keep pushing on my gram as much as possible.
I'll give you a tip. So, one thing I do really well in my brand is I study what companies are doing.
Hmm.
And one of the things that I've been studying is new workout companies or workout companies that are deciding to launch into bigger sizes. So I don't know if you know that Fabletics have launched into men's.
I do actually got some Fabletics shorts.
I think that
Hug
might
me
be
like a glove.
that. I already knew, but I'm glad you know. So, so I need you to work on that partnership. That would be a great partnership.
Yeah, I got some things are in the books that I'm working on that I can't speak on now, but I think they'll be pretty cool once they do come into fruition.
Okay.
Um, yeah, you guys will you'll be in the know, Kirkland. I promise. Um,
I,
um,
I see it for you. I see the vision. I
so there's that.
see you on 49th Street in a Fabletics ad. I see it.
Ooh, that'd be popping. Another thing I want to do is I do want to travel and teach more, and so
Oh,
I want to get out there and go to different studios and different spaces. Like all last week, I was in Portland and I was filming and getting and teaching out there all week, all day. And so creating content and filming, and then that's kind of what I want to do. I want to go to different spaces, different states, and teach people how to make it more accessible for all body types. Right? That's really
mm-hmm.
like make it accessible and fun for all body types. I don't want it to just be people come to yoga and they're like, yoga's hella serious. Yoga's hella
yoga's, yoga's
Uh,
not for me. It's too serious.
it's too serious. And then they come to my class and I'm like dropping F bombs and saying shit. And, like I got you laughing and like I allow you to make mistakes and move and dance and sing. And I want you to have a good time in the class. Like, there shouldn't be I don't want it to be super namaste all the time. I want you to just be in your body, in your space.
Okay.
So
Listen, I'm with it. Let me know when you're traveling to the East Coast. You know what's funny? I like going to LA, but I don't like staying in LA. That's very weird. But I mean,
most
not LA, but like
Southern California.
yeah, cause like it's beautiful, but there's something about the energy just doesn't feel. It don't sit well with my spirit. So
What state are you in now?
I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. We were just talking about coming to Atlanta literally last night. Like literally last night we were talking about coming into Atlanta for Thanksgiving. Um that's so funny.
Let me know if you're doing any classes. I'll definitely hop my big ass over there.
So one of our bros from the Black Men Band Collective, um, I don't know if you've ever heard of him. His name is Ricky Havoc on Instagram. He's a tattoo artist, a black tattoo artist out there,
No.
and um, he's really good, really creative. Um, he lives in Atlanta, so he's been trying to get us to come. Like, I want to go out there and visit. Want to get a tattoo because I love tattoos.
I see. I was
Two,
going to talk about them. You have like 5 of them on one hand.
I have a lot. Yeah, I keep getting. These are newer, but I can't stop.
I'm getting the feeling that you're one of those people who like pain.
Lightweight, not really, but sometimes yes.
Lightweight my ass. Lightweight my ass. Sir, that is a lot. That is that's a lot of tattoos. So that's not lightweight.
Yeah, I do like tattoos, and so I want to get a tattoo of my. I want to get my whole spine tattooed, my whole back. Yeah. And
You
so
just
I
went
want
from
Ricky to do,
lightweight to giving the most extreme tattoo there is to get.
but like it'll be cool though because it'll be by a black artist who's hella cool. And so
You like pain. I don't like
you
pain.
like you like you have any tattoos currently?
Nope. Zero. Zero.
What?
I don't like pain.
But it's like it's very temporary pain.
I'm good. I don't want temporary, permanent, in the middle, none of it. I'm a
Oh
big
my
ass. I'm a big ass baby. Let something happen to me.
god.
Yesterday, I scraped my entire leg. Like I was, my garbage people are the worst. And so I had this desk in my office that was taking up too much space. So,
Mhm.
I knew they wasn't going to take it like that. So I set it outside for months and I let it get rained on. Actually, it sat outside for actually, it's been outside for like 8 months now.
Dang.
Yeah, because I knew like I couldn't get it to break unless it was like really, really, really soft. So because it's been sitting outside for 8 months, it's soft now. So like I broke it in half, but while I broke it in half, like all like the entire wood came down and like scraped all the skin off my leg. So I'm in this house and I'm trying to get all the cool points I can get. I'm a big baby. I don't I don't like any pain. None of it. No levels of pain do I enjoy. None of it.
It's hella funny. It's I have tattoos, all of my arms and my legs and my chest, but give me a try to give me a shot, like a
Oh
physical
hell
shot with a
no.
needle. I flip out, and the nurses are always like, "You have so many tattoos. How do you feel scared, ma'am?" That's a whole different ball game. Like
Nah,
just
buddy.
seeing, yeah,
I have a shot. I got a shot yesterday. A B12 shot. I mean, it feels fine.
I can't do shots.
That is temporary pain.
So it's tattoo then.
Nah. That was 37 seconds. Maybe not even that long of pain.
This is
Tattoos
like
take at least an hour.
no, this was like 20, no, like 10, 15, 20, about 25 minutes.
Too much. 37 seconds. You see the comparison? Not even close.
Oh my gosh. Don't mind me. I'm getting my charger for my phone before it does its own thing and turns off.
Yes, we don't want that. We don't want
No.
the phone to die in the middle. So, so you want to travel more and you want to teach more. So I see it like when I look at your photos, I think one thing as I get older, I'm giving into my gift and my gift of foresight. I definitely see you like teaching like an Amazon yoga class. I don't know why that came to mind, but like one of those like fitness classes with the yogis. It's really like everything I notice in life is all about like if you don't see it, go create it. And then when you go create it so large and so wide and so vast that the people that come after you can have a place to seat at the table because literally you're creating a table so that other people can come sit. Oh, you work out, you got one of those little pull-up bar things. I don't know how to
Lightweight.
do that.
We lightweight. We all try to do it in this house, which is nice. Um, it's me and my wife. We live here, and we have one roommate, and she has a little girl who's 4 years old, and
Okay.
so yeah. Um, it's pretty fun, very fun actually. I got
Yeah.
married. I got married February 1st.
Get out of here. You got married this year. Congrats.
Married this year, yeah.
Is she a yogi too?
No.
No. She won't do it?
Nah. She will. She just doesn't like downward dog or like any of those things. She wants she likes fitness, but she doesn't like yoga as much, which is okay. It's cool.
Okay. You know, I mean, it's
It's
kind
cool.
of cute to have fitness, babe. Y'all be doing like,
No,
different.
it's we don't be doing stuff like that. You know, like you see like those couples who be like doing stuff together, like and they be all
Mm-hmm.
fitnessy and shit. That ain't us. And that's good. That ain't our ministry. That's not our ministry. And so
That's
that's
cool
cool.
too.
That's cool.
Okay.
Um,
That's you know, different strokes for different folks. I'm always out here trying to figure out how to make money. So they gonna have to do some fitness with me because we need these coins. But if they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it.
yeah. I mean, it's cool though. I have a lot of, since I did the Black Lives Matter Global Rocket Teacher Training. So there's a global teacher training for Black Lives Matter.
Global
Um,
teacher training.
yeah, dude. There it was 2,000 something people signed up for this training. Black people from
Tell me more.
from every continent except for Antarctica. It was put on by Davina Davidson, and she goes by I am Davina Davidson on Instagram. Carson Calhoun, um, that's literally his name, and then Brandon, I can't remember his last name, Brandon Anderson, and Ahmed the Yogi Man. So three black people and one white guy. Carson was really he has the highest amount of followers out of all of them, and so he was the one who was pushing it. He was like a marketer, like let's get it out there, let's get it out there, let's get it out there, let's get more black yogis. And so he marketed it. The three black teachers ran it. It was every continent except for Antarctica, black people all over the place. It was super interesting just because it was all levels of us though too. So there's people like me who's been practicing for a very long time, and then there's somebody who literally just found yoga when they saw this, like they saw the post and was like, I'm signing up, I'm gonna become a teacher. And so it was a donation based too. So you could pay $1, you could pay $999. It was up to you, and all the money went back to different Black Lives Matter collectives, black yoga studios, black just black owned businesses. And so it was nice to see. I think they raised like hmm, I don't know, I don't want to overshoot. Maybe around 50K.
That's a lot.
He raised a good amount of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people in the training, and so there's 2,000 people in the training, and just 2,000 people get $5, which I know a lot of white people were giving money for the training, even though they weren't doing it, which was nice.
Which was
which
nice.
was nice, which was cool. So it was nice. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But since being in that, and I was a mentor for that, so I helped with the West Coast, the
Got it.
training, and being in it, I've met so many more black people in LA who do yoga, in
Look at
Southern California who do
that.
yoga,
So
which
you
is really
found your
hard.
tribe.
Yeah, we're cultivating it out here, and so it's been nice
See, that's
to.
what my brand is all about. Finding your tribe. And I feel
It's been
like,
real cool.
hmm
It's been real cool. Like
so where do you, with the teaching that you learned from this Black Lives Matter collective, um, is there somewhere specific you guys are going to then go out and train other people with, or like how how does that work? Like, what was the objective of the training? Like, what are you supposed to do with the information you learn?
um, So the teacher training was it's called a methodology. So like there is a specific method that we're teaching, and it's a very popular method. And
Okay.
so there it's encouraging students to go out and teach that method to other communities and teach it, for free, teaching, having more workshops, having more things like that. And so um, there will be more teacher trainings and more donation-based teacher trainings, more openings for people to, once again, sign up, get taught, and put the certificate in yoga to teach and to
Okay.
actually be able to teach.
Got it. I got it. So the objective is to get more black yoga teachers. That's what it sounds like.
Hell yeah, hell
What
yeah.
he said, or what he
Because
said. Him.
even in Atlanta, even in like a more like black populated place,
Hmm.
you go to yoga studio, there's still not a lot of people.
I ain't never been, so I don't know.
But it's true. So it's like I've been to like a heavily black, like I've been to like a young studio in New Orleans, and still surrounded by the white ladies and one black man. And
So
I mean, there are studios that have very heavily dense populated black um, students. It's just hard to get to. It's like it's you
it's an
there's a student.
anomaly.
It's an anomaly, and so I think another one of my goals is to make it more accessible. Right?
Okay.
I want black yoga studios to be more accessible. I want you to be able, and even more so now, I want there to be a black yoga studio in your home where
So you
you
know what I
can get
need you
your
to do? You know, I'm giving you an assignment.
what's the assignment?
I have to leave all my guests with an assignment. So your
Ooh,
assignment is to record some series and decide whether you want to give them for free or not. That's on you. And I'm gonna need you to put them up somewhere, okay? Because I need
okay.
to be able to say, if you're a new student, I have somewhere for you to go. My friend Jarelle out there in LA, California, not LA. I keep wanting. Are they synonymous to me? LA is not
No,
California. Two different places.
it's
My Jarelle out there in California has these great classes that you can join from your home. See, that's what I need to be saying the next time I say it. You understand? You see where I'm going with this?
I'm I see you. I see you. We're in the production right now building an app. So behind the scenes, that's one of the things I'll tell you that I can tell you. I've been creating content, um, and so I've been creating a lot of content, creating you know a few different things, and I'm building an app. And so the app will be like me in your home, and then once I get enough content on the app, I'll have other black men from the Black Men Bend Collective teaching classes on there as well. And so you'll have like all of us access to us in meditation. You'll have, workshop series, 15-minute classes, 30-minute classes, hour-long classes, all filmed at high quality, like studio quality. Um, yeah, so yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Definitely, that's what I'm working on. I just have to. As right now, before the app comes out, I want to put out a few things, and so you're right. I need to figure out where, but I got to do
As my friends in church would say, "Hababobohashate."
it. Oh my gosh.
That is amazing. See, alignments. I felt in my spirit that's where the journey is going next. I'm like, if you've been doing this for 8 years, there comes a time when you've learned enough and now you need to teach.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited about this app. I'm pretty sure I'll see the app on Instagram and I'll tell everyone else to download it when it comes out. So I'm really excited. Um, so here is my final question that I like to ask on interviews. So if you could leave the, how old are you now?
Oh.
Wait, you don't want to tell your age?
I'm young.
Okay. So if you were to tell the 8 year younger you one piece of advice, what would you give him?
It would be embrace your blackness and your size.
And your what?
And your size.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Um, yeah, I went to a very predominantly white institution, and
Mm-hmm.
so I found myself more silent than not a lot of the times,
Mm-hmm.
and I regret that because now I am very, very vocal about blackness and my size and um, all things with me, sexuality, all things. I'm very vocal about all of those things, and so I think it's um, important, and I would have told myself to embrace it then, and I would have been way happier.
Okay. Well, 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 I've got nothing else to say after that because I concur. I second that motion. So
Thank you.
Jarelle, tell the people where they can follow you all on the internet, where they can find you. I hope they blow up your Instagram and they blow up your website. So tell them where they can follow you.
All right, y'all. So you can follow me on Instagram at Jarelle Flow, so JERREAL underscore Flow, FLOW. Um, Once you type in JERRE, you're gonna find me. I'm the top person there because don't nobody spell their name like how I spell mine with two R's. So there's that.
So it's
Also,
Jarelle.
yeah, Jarelle Flow. So my real name is Jarelle, but Jarelle Flow comes with the whole understanding of every time we do a flow practice together, I'm being real, I'm being honest with you, and we're getting down to
Oh,
it.
we gonna Jarelle the flow.
Yeah,
Got you.
exactly. And
Okay.
then you can also go to my website and subscribe because actually we'll be sending out a newsletter tomorrow or Sunday, and it will have some pretty cool shit that's happening that I want to share with people. Some really
Okay.
cool shit that's happening. We're popping, so don't miss the train.
I'm getting on it. As Diddy said, this the last train to Yogi. Let's go.
Hey, let's go.
Okay, well, thank you so much for agreeing to interview with me. I think I learned a lot. I'm going to start with some basic shit later today. I don't know how it's gonna work with my foot, but we're gonna try anyway.
Please be careful, Kirkland. your foot, your foot, please.
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna fuck this shit up. But oh well, you got to start somewhere, right?
Right.
Well, thank you so much for agreeing to interview with me. I was a great interview. I thank you so much for teaching us things, and hopefully, we this won't be our last interview. Until next time, everyone out there in XL Tribesmen lands, goodbye, motherfuckers.
Goodbye. Goodbye.